Hello and welcome back to Book Nerd TV. Today I'm doing the hashtag standwithtranskids tag that was originated by Leo Bancroft of the BookTube channel Leo Bancroft. The first person that I saw do this tag was Brian at BOOKISH. I really love his channel. And then I saw Shannon at That's So Poe also do the book tag. And then the gentleman at Supposedly Fun, whose name I'm forgetting right now, I'm blanking on. I like his channel as well. Brian at Bookish had referenced that the tag was started by Leo Bancroft, so I will usually watch if I can, I will usually watch the originator's version of the tag, and so that's what I did in this case as well. I went to watch Leo Bancroft and enjoyed, because sometimes you can, I can maybe get or maybe understand a little more of the spirit of the tag so that I kind of stay within the spirit of the tag. So here we go. The first prompt is tag some of your fabulous friends who want to do the tag. Well, I don't know that I'll tag friends per se, because really the people that I would tag have already done the book tag. That would be Brian at Bookish, Shannon at That's So Poe, possibly Kazin at Always Doing, but I think someone's already tagged Kazin. She may have already done the tag. I might tag like Erica at The Broken Spine, but I think that's pretty much who I would either tag and or refer you to watch the tags that have already been completed. If you see me looking down, it is because I'm reading the prompts that I printed out on old-fashioned paper. Prompt number 2 is tell us about some books on your TBR pile featuring a trans non-binary character or nonfiction about a trans non-binary character. And of course, I don't have the book in here with me, but I just received Pet by Akweke Emeze, and that book is about a trans character. So I've heard about Pet for a couple of years now, so I finally went ahead and got it used to recycle the books. And so I'm excited about reading the book. I haven't read it yet. That is actually the book that that is the very next book on my TBR. It's the #1 book, so I'm going to start that book very soon. Prompt number 3 is recommend a book, show, or movie featuring a trans or non-binary character. The book that I would recommend is An Unkindness of Ghosts that I read, if not last year, the year before last, 2020, 2019? Anyway, maybe a couple of years ago, I read An Unkindness of Ghosts by River Solomon. That is such a good book. And the main character is non-binary. Prompt number 4. Everyone has their own journey and no one demographic is a monolith. Recommend a book with a journey, however you define that. My recommendation is, it's a long title, so Sinners, Saints, Dragons, Hates in the City Beneath Still Waters by N.K. Jemisin. I have talked about this book before, or short story actually before. And it deals with New Orleans after Katrina, but it's also the journey of this man who has stayed behind, who finds himself on this journey, on this very unexpected journey through the devastation of Katrina. It's a journey so it's his personal journey, but it's also the journey of New Orleans as it experiences this trauma, as a city experiences this trauma, and the initial journey that it's going to have to undergo to recover. And that story can reflect so many levels of journey from trauma to healing. Maybe I read too deeply into the story, but that's the journey that I felt was present, along with the very evident story on the page. So if you've not read or listened to this story, Sinners, Saints, Dragons, Hates in the City Beneath Still Waters by N.K. Jemisin, then I highly recommend. It is short, and I think you will enjoy it thoroughly. I know I did. I know I've read it like 3 or 4 times. It's a great story. It's prompt number 5. None of us know everything, even about our own identities, especially since we're not a monolith, and each have our own journey. What is a book that taught you something about yourself or about the world around you? So I recently read The Black Cabinet, and I was amazed, impressed, and thankful for Mrs. Mary McLeod Bethune, who was a political activist who was also ended up being a policymaker as a member of the Black cabinet, who also had the ear of Franklin Roosevelt's wife, Eleanor Roosevelt. And so therefore she had some access to the president. That was a formidable woman whose mission in life was to improve and to remove the roadblocks for African Americans in this country in the 1930s, 40s, 50s. Mary McLeod Bethune, you realize what a force of nature she was, but also you realize just how smart and politically astute she was. And so maybe what changed really was my perspective about what can be accomplished despite how hard the times may be, despite how challenging the times may be, that things can change. It may be glacial, but glacial change is better than no change when it's for the positive. Glacial change is better than no change, even when people want it to be faster. But sometimes it's baby steps, and baby steps are worth taking. Prompt number 6, when things are hard in the world or in our lives, sometimes there are things we can do to help recenter and refocus ourselves, to bring joy, to keep us going, to keep us living, resisting, and being our authentic, amazing selves. What are the things that you do to center yourself or find joy? Well, of course, it's going to be reading or playing video games. Prompt number 7, what is your walk-on music or your feel at home in your body music? I don't know, maybe any music, because any music just kind of makes me happy. So all the musics. For me, I don't think there's really a particular song or even a particular type of music, just music. When I want to sort of feel good and go to my happy place, I just turn on some music. Prompt number 8, finding mentors, people of wisdom, or heroes can be another way to help us navigate life. Who are some of your mentors? Just some of the teachers that I had in high school were pretty fabulous and inspirational. And if I didn't already have a love of learning from my mother, then I would have been introduced to the love of learning through some of those teachers. Yeah, they were pretty awesome, and I remain grateful to them to this day. Prompt number 9, who are some out trans, non-binary booktubers, Instagrammers, authors, actors, etc. that you would like to shout out? So there are 2 authors, Nisi Shaw, who wrote, oh my gosh, I'll put the book over here. Nisi Shaw, who wrote Everland, Wonderland, Everfair, Everfair. She identifies as gender fluid. So for me, don't come at me if I'm wrong. If I am wrong, just gently correct me. But I associate gender fluid and non-binary as being in the same arena, right? Hopefully. And then River Solomon identifies as non-binary. So those are 2 authors that I, of course, have enjoyed. Prompt number 10 is, what are some organizations that you would like to shout out for supporting trans kids or trans people, adults? And here in my state, there are not a lot of organizations that I'm aware of that support trans kids. I'm not saying that there aren't any. It's just that I've done no research into what their programs are or what specifically they support. So what I won't do is say I support this or I support that when I really don't know what I'm talking about. What I will do is do some research, and at some point in the future, I'll come back and let you know, because I'm in the Southeast, so, and maybe just list or post in the comments or on the screen, post some organizations that are at work in the Southeast supporting trans kids, trans people, yeah, I think I'd rather do that than just sort of, sit up here and pose like I'm actively supporting organizations when I'm not, right? So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll do that. And yeah, so that's it. That was all 10 prompts. If you have been able to make it through this, I feel like I rambled a lot, but if you've been able to make it through this tag with a cohesive enough understanding of what it is that the tag is about, and you have your BookTube channel, Instagram account, book talk, I don't know, maybe it's too long to do a book talk, I have no idea. But if you'd like to do the tag, feel free to do the tag, please, and tag me in it if you decide to take up the mantle and do the hashtag #StandWithTransKids tag. I'd really like to see it, because as I said, I watched three or four other people do the tag, and I was really motivated to finally, get myself together and do this tag. So please, please, please do the tag and tag me so that I will know that you did it. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to be good to do good, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.